This podcast is part of the Big Heads Media Podcast Network. For more great podcasts, head over to bigheadsmedia.com. This week on a new TV Tuners, Stairmaster goes skiing in the summertime.
Wow, this is kind of boring.
And Kyoraid and Swanson try ranch on their pizza.
That's not half bad. It's alright.
It could have been way worse. All that and more on a new TV Tuners. Hi there, folks. Welcome to TV Tuners. It's a television podcast for the true fanatics. It's a weekly dive in the latest in TV news and reviews. I'm your host, Swanson. With me, as always, of course, is my co-host and the hot one, Stairmaster.
I don't think good.
Yeah,
Because I'm pretty.
That makes sense. And with us, as always, of course, is our other co-host and the always working one, Kyoraid.
Yeah, I'm here at work right now. I'm very busy.
Yeah, you're like typing.
Tap typing here on the keyboard right now.
Yeah, and I guess that's work.
Obviously. What do you think it is?
Well, it looks like you're just sort of typing random things.
Well, that's working.
I thought you were supposed to be a dentist.
Dentist type.
Oh, I guess they do.
Yeah, they type like teeth reports and stuff.
Yeah, teeth reports don't fill out themselves, Stairmaster.
I needed to collate those teeth reports.
Welcome to TV Tuners for another exciting week. As always, of course, we have so many great ways for you to continue to support us and follow us. But one of those new ways, those newfangled methods, so more like a return to an old method that we had to hold off on using for a bit. We have a YouTube channel.
What?
That's right, TV Tuners, official TV Tuners channel at TV Tuners. It's YouTube/TV Tuners podcast, and you find it there.
Yeah, subscribe. If you're listening to this, subscribe to our YouTube channel. It's a good archive, right? Just in case like a meteor hits the server where the podcast is being hosted. It'll be safe there, and it's also a great place to watch it if you like the convenience of YouTube. It could be on your YouTube sub feed. It's good stuff.
Yeah, if your dad wants to listen to a podcast, we got him covered.
It's true. Yeah. Or if you just like looking at the logo of the week as it stares you in the face.
You can also do that on our Twitter. Or wait, no, you can't. Sorry.
No. I mean, you can look at the logo on our Twitter page.
Not really. Well, it's very small, though.
Yeah. But that's... Speaking of Twitter, let's get into it, Stairmaster. What's our tweet of the week?
Oh, this tweet of the week comes from @Sarah Beasley, a.k.a. Emily Stream Girls5eva, all caps.
Oh.
Who writes, "I just swallowed a little Lego man," crying emoji.
Oh.
I feel like this needs more. I need to know more.
Quotation marks, "I just swallowed a little Lego man," quotation marks, crying
So it's
emoji.
a quote, but we don't know who the quote is from.
It's a quote from the show. Okay, so I guess now we got a quote.
Is it?
Well, she has the name Girls5eva in.
Well, she said, yes, but it could be from any show.
Yeah, she could be a fan of Girls5eva, but she could watch other stuff too, is the thing.
Also,
Yeah. It's a crying emoji, but not like the joy one. It's like actual, like the weeping emoji.
Yeah.
So we don't know if this is actually funny or if it's just really sad.
I was going to say, maybe her son aided Lego Man. But she's, apparently, according to her profile, she's 23.
The perfect audience for this show.
Yeah, for TV tuners. Legos involved.
Yeah, so I'm intrigued. I want to learn more. As a result, I'm going to tune in on this tweet. Good tweet. Full of intrigue.
Well, you should have held off on that tweet because I did some research here. First off, research is, by the way, a thing Stairmaster never does.
Yeah, fuck it.
This says right on the location page that it's a fan account. Presumably for Girls5eva, which is in the wallpaper, or like, I don't know what you call it, the background photo.
Location? Did you see that? Stars Hollow, Connecticut.
Oh, or is this a Gilmore Girls quote?
Yeah.
I don't know. Who knows?
She retweeted Best of Rory Gilmore.
To be fair, the pinned tweet is from Sarah Bareilles, who is the main character, one of the main quartet on Girls5eva.
Girls5.
I love how, we'll talk about it later on the
girls,
show.
One band.
But I love how just absolutely stupid the title is. Truly the most brave thing on the show is how absolutely stupid the title is. Anyway, yeah, I'll tune in on this.
Yeah, I don't think this account was dedicated to this show because it was founded in August 2017, so...
Maybe it's just like the new hot fad. You know, they went through a Gilmore Girls phase, obviously, at some point. I don't know where you go after that. Maybe The Office, and now it's on Girls5eva, the hot new comedy.
Maybe. So we're tuning in on this tweet.
I'm tuning in on this tweet.
Yeah. So if you enjoyed this tweet of the week, check out our podcast. It's really good, obviously.
Yeah. So thanks for that tweet of the week. Congratulations, a winner is you. Listen, we didn't talk about it this week, but you can send us emails.
You can?
Yeah, you can send us emails and we read them aloud here on the pod. And you can be like our friend Gio.
He's back?
He's back, and he sent us this email. Yo, what about the first jet plane? ? Damn, bro. Can I get an expand on that? Damn. Gio.
Oh, I remember what Gio's talking about. I mentioned that.
Okay.
This was when we were talking about Gundam. You complained that Zeon was putting out new mobile suits too quickly, and it was straining your disbelief.
I did?
And I said that was... No, Swanson did.
Okay.
And I said that was just a reference to the Axis powers in World War II putting out a bunch of stuff. A desperate attempt to reverse the ill fortunes. And I did mention that the Galgoo is sort of like the jet fighter that the Nazis put into operation, the Messerschmitt 262, which was the first operational combat jet.
Wow.
Or it might have been the British. Yeah.
Those Nazis are always so forward-thinking.
I mean, there were jet planes before that, but they were all like proof of concepts.
Yeah. They were so creative.
Yeah, they had a lot of ideas, and most of them were really bad. So, yeah, thanks for the email, Gio. A lot to think about on that. Stairmaster having encyclopedic knowledge of World War II era aircraft is pretty neat.
Yeah. Ask me anything. Please don't.
But if you want to, I mean, that's what our email's for. Go ahead and give them the email address, Gio.
tvtunerspodcast@gmail.com.
That's right. All right. Well, enough of that madness. Let's get to a question, an important question. What did you guys watch this week? Anything fun, interesting?
I've been watching Sharp's Rifles.
Okay.
Is that like a commercial?
No. It's like this ITV miniseries based off these Napoleonic historical fiction novels. And Basically, the main selling point is that it's Sean Bean playing this risen from the ranks officer in the British Army.
For Kyoran, Sean Bean is Eddard Stark.
He's also Mr. Lord of the Rings.
Ringman?
Yeah.
Wow.
The guy who ruins everything.
Oh, that guy. So was that a tune-in?
Yeah, absolutely. It's got British people and they're yelling.
Oh, okay. I gotta check this out.
And they're also stabbing French people.
All right, a lot of stuff going on in this one. All right, definitely gonna write that one down.
Oi, stab
And
that
one
man!
episode-
Stab that bloody Frenchman!
And then one episode, they stumble upon Aztec worshippers and have to
How
wipe
do you
them
stumble
out.
upon that?
Well, the backstory is that apparently there's a Spanish treasure fleet that just brought some Aztec people to Spain for the king to laugh at, but it crash landed.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, the king loves laughing at other races. That is a sort of fact of the British.
The Spanish king, yeah.
I think all kings do, right?
Yeah, king.
Probably.
Yeah, I think that's the thing for all kings. Probably. I feel like especially British royalty loves laughing at other races.
Oh yeah, the Prince of Wales shows up and he's like severely mentally ill from inbreeding.
Yeah.
You hate to see it.
Let's see. I mean, I watched some Gundam, but we have a segment about that
No
later.
more.
So we'll.
No more.
So instead, I'm going to talk
More.
about a movie I watched this week.
You watched a movie? What is this, Movie Moguls?
Interesting.
I watched a movie mogul.
Yes.
It was called I'm Thinking of Ending Things. It's a new-ish in that it came out in September of last year. Film from Charlie Kaufman, the mind behind Being John Malkovich and Eternal Sunshine of the Spotless Mind. It was
I
all
haven't
right.
seen either of those films.
I mean, those films are great. This was a surrealist, I think is how they described the film. It was fine. It has some David Lynch qualities to it, but it's not quite as
so what's it about?
terrifying. A girlfriend and boyfriend go to meet the boyfriend's parents. The boyfriend is played by Jesse Plemons, aka Todd from Breaking Bad. So things are going to get weird. I love that he's sort of built a like character actor role for himself as
Typecast?
He's been typecast sort of as like the charming but very creepy like person. If you need that
The
sort of role,
Stairmaster.
you can get him in there. He's apparently going to be in a new Martin Scorsese movie, so I'm interested in that.
He's gonna be in my
Yeah.
biopic when I die.
Affably unsettling.
Yeah,
The Stairmaster
that's not how I would
story.
describe Stairmaster because Stair is not affable.
Well, he can be when he tries really hard, and it's like really off-putting.
That's true. Yeah.
Hey guys,
Yeah, Stair
How's
would be
it
the type
hanging?
to be like, if I was like captured by Stairmaster and he was like, "Hey, I got you some ice cream. Here you go, bud."
He'll be.
well, I have a kind streak too.
He'd be like, Keo, I know you don't want to be in my house, but we can watch Mobile Suit Gundam again. I'm like, like okay.
No, I would make sure to show you new stuff.
Anyway, it was a good movie. The first, it runs a little long for my taste. It's 2 hours and 15 minutes. I feel like if you're doing surrealist stuff, you should probably not run that long. The first half of it is a real good. There's a lot of portions of them in the car having weird philosophical discussions. That part is fine, but it's when they get to the parents' house where things get suitably unsettling. The parents start like aging and de-aging and stuff. There's a
like 2001.
sort of, but it's like one parent is like aging backwards in time and one is aging forwards, and then they switch at some point.
I raised my eyebrow at
Okay,
that.
but do they break up at the end?
I don't want to. I mean, do we want to go in the spoilers? Skip ahead a little bit.
No.
Probably not.
They don't break up at the end, or they
Wow, I
do.
can't believe you
It's hard to
spoiled
tell.
it.
The ending is it's a surrealist. The ending is interesting. Let's say because the second half, as I was saying, the first half is that, and then the second half goes into like some very inside the eye of a mind territory.
Inside the eye of a mind.
Yeah, that's what you call it when you're talking about brain stuff. Doesn't make any sense. So tune in or tune out, Swanson.
That's a tune in. I'd give it a light tune in. It depends on your taste for movies that don't make much sense on paper. Movies that require you to sort of just like take a second and be like, huh. Anyway, it was fine. I would say tune in, especially if you like Charlie Kaufman. With all that out of the way, I guess it's time for us to get to a feature that people love and love hearing us talk about. It's the Rabble.
Whoa, what's that, Swanson?
Well, Kyoram, the Rabble is a segment here on the pod where we give you a little sneak peek of the show we talked about this week by giving you a glance at the IMDb and the IMDb reviews and the critics' reviews over at Rotten Tomatoes. Sort of a, and the rest before you get our official take on the show on Girls5eva later in the show.
Uh-oh.
Uh-oh?
Uh-oh.
Yeah, that's coming up later. That's going to be really intense. We're going to be all sweaty.
It's coming up now, because we're looking at these people's opinions.
Are we going to be sweaty for this part?
Yeah.
Yeah, a little bit.
You can get slight pit stains.
What a disgusting phrase.
Pit stains?
Yeah.
What would you call them?
I would just not talk about them.
Oh, okay. Yeah, that's good.
Maybe sweat marks is slightly better. What do you think?
It's still kind of gross, but yeah, that is better.
Yeah, I guess, yeah, because, first off, calling them your pits is always,
Sure.
it's a very visceral way to describe your armpits. Yeah, the pits really stink.
Oh, no.
It's like people who refer to the bathroom as the shitter.
Yeah, it's vulgar. What we're looking for is vulgar, right?
Yes. Yeah. Yeah, I don't need to be talking. I don't need to be talking to fucking Al Bundy. Okay, I don't.
I'd rather be talking to Ted Bundy.
Well, yeah, at least he probably didn't call it the shitter, right? Well, maybe he did.
He would probably never talk about anyone's armpits.
I mean, you don't think he sniffed an armpit or two?
Moving on.
Anyway, yeah, we've got reviews here. Who wants to start?
I'll start us off strong here, I think.
Oh, okay.
All right. So again, the Rabble's about getting the opinion of the common folk, the people out there on the streets, and I just found a common review here.
Were they on the street when they wrote this?
I can only imagine they were on the street when they wrote this.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, this is a 10 out of 10, titled "Wow," and this is by
Ben Stiller.
WCFQPPNIP. And
okay, that sounds like a promising name.
It's not. It reads, "It's hilariously funny. This show had amazing acting, witty writing, and all-around great story. 0 out of 8 found this helpful."
Oh. Well, I mean...
Hilariously funny. That's an interesting phrase. Does that mean that the nature of its funniness is funny in and of itself?
Yeah, to think about how it's funny makes you laugh.
Yeah, it's so funny that it's even funnier. That's how funny it is.
Yeah. It goes beyond...
If you think about it too long, you die.
Mad Max Beyond Funny Dome. That's what this is.
Mad Max Beyond the Laugh Factory. November 2006.
So yeah, I don't know why this review had just nobody thought it was helpful. It got across like an opinion.
Yeah, that's actually better than most reviews that we read here on the pod. In that it's like a coherent... It's short, sure, but it's a coherent thought.
It's sort of like what we do when you think about it.
Coherent thoughts, yeah.
Yeah, a single coherent thought.
Yeah, it's true.
Yeah, and we have a very straight line of logic for what we talk about as well. It's just one point to the other. It's like P then Q is what we're all about here.
It's true. We never go into other things and spend long tirades about, I don't know, The Sopranos or Gundam or
What?
Breaking Bad.
Yeah, we do, Swanson.
Oh?
Yeah, we do that all the time. You're talking like nonsense right now.
What if Silvio piloted the Big Zam? A video essay by students.
Amuro would have lost.
Stairmaster.
Look, that, but unironically, Stairmaster. Get the YouTube channel fired up and get that uploaded. You have...
Now I'm just imagining Tony being like to the other guys, I know it only runs for 5 minutes, but it's got a mega particle beam cannon.
Like, well, what's Stairmaster's deadline to get this video published?
Probably like a week.
Yeah, you have 1 week, little man.
And then I'm gonna follow it up with a video essay about what if Gundam had ended, and it was Cassilia is behind Giran, and then it fades to black.
It cuts the black.
Yeah, sorry, it cuts to black. It doesn't fade. And also, inexplicably, Journey is playing, even though it's non-diegetic.
That would be a very fascinating ending.
And you get images of Amuro and Char fighting, but then it cuts to Giran and Cassilia, and it's just like, don't stop, and it just cuts.
We're a really straightforward podcast is the point here.
Yeah, that's very true. Speaking of straightforward, let's get to these Rotten Tomatoes reviews, huh?
Okay, yeah. I actually stumbled upon this somehow, and Swanson, I'm shocked. Just take it away.
All right, so I'll start with the audience score here. Audiences overall seem to enjoy this. Big bucket of popcorn, 83%.
That's a complete bucket right there.
That's a bucket. Now the critics, they gave this a 100%.
Ooh, perfect movie.
This is
a movie.
The new Citizen Kane.
the new Wire. The show. There are, from critics themselves, there is no negative review to be found. To find a negative review for this show, I had to wade into the deep, dark waters of the audience review section.
Hitler.org, where there's a guy role-playing as Hitler reviewing TV shows.
At Hitler fan account.
Oddly enough, his favorite show of the modern era, Sons of Anarchy.
Oh, I thought you were going to say Mobile Suit Gundam.
I said modern era.
Oh.
Anyway,
technically, historians consider the modern era to have begun in the 1400s, Swanson.
That's because no one has any sense of time anymore. Everything is a flat circle.
That era is too long.
Yeah, that's too long.
We should say we're in post-modernity.
I'm pretty sure that the internet was a new era for mankind.
The Dark Ages.
Yeah, the Dark Ages too. Alright, so I've got a positive review here before we wade into those dark waters. This is from Emily Alford of The Muse / Jezebel. I guess those folks that team up at some point. Girls5eva is a laugh-out-loud funny, women-led comedy that perfectly encapsulates so much of what was effed up about the adolescence of those of us right at first mammogram years old. She's saying they're old enough to get mammograms.
Just barely, though.
But the adolescents?
Yeah. Adolescents don't get mammograms, do they?
No, she's saying it's examining the early 2000s.
Being old. Oh. Okay.
I guess I picked a real confusing one for you.
Yeah, what a strange blurb.
I mean, I guess it isn't the most coherent of thoughts in terms of blurb-wise.
I think this person was trying to be too clever.
Hey, Stare, I have something to tell you.
Oh, no.
Your breasts are perfect for a mammogram.
Thanks!
They're already so smushed.
Yeah,
that was a good line.
Apparently, Keo got psychic damage from that, apparently.
Yeah, I can't tell if he got psychic damage from it or he thought it was funny.
We'll just have to find out.
Yeah, just stay tuned for. Hey, that's a to be continued right there.
Ooh, a new TV tuner staple. The stay tuned.
Yeah. Okay, so I did wade into the sad waters of the audience review section.
So they're sad now, not dark. Not
they're
murky.
dark and sad.
Wiki.
I feel like darkness can be very sad.
Yeah, probably.
I think it's more sad for me because, like, IMDb is just right there. To go on the Rotten Tomatoes and make an audience review seems superfluous. That's not what that site's for.
It's for critics.
That site's for the critics. You're no critic.
Well, Swanson, to be fair though, on the page they have the bucket of popcorn with equal billing as the critic reviews. It's like the same size and everything.
I guess that's true. Yeah.
Although when they summarize it, they only show the critic score, so maybe I'm just wrong.
This is a half star
Oh,
from Sky H.
that's as low as it can get, right?
Out of how many stars?
5.
Oh.
It is really, seriously, shockingly, disgustingly boring.
Disgusting.
Believe me. Trust me. Listen to me. Listen, I'm not saying we should do it, but like that's like a Trump tweet.
That's a new TV tuner's tagline.
Believe me, trust me, listen to me.
Yeah.
Yeah. So that's all. That's all I got for you guys. But yeah, critics love this show, so we'll see if we love it later in the pod.
Wait, was that the entire review?
Yeah.
Okay. It just ends with
With a call to action.
an appeal to the audience.
Yeah. It ends. It ends the way every review should, with a call to action.
All right. Well, I'm trailing up behind with a review from Fair K, who writes, "Comedy is good, but really?
Oh, okay.
I would not begrudge anyone for making a living in Hollywood. Women need to bone up with smart humor. 3 out of 10.
What?
Do I need to read that?
Read it
again?
I
again.
just don't know what they mean.
Read it again.
I would not begrudge anyone for making a living in Hollywood. Women need to bone up with smart
What was the first thing
humor.
it said?
I would not begrudge anyone
There's
for
there's
making
more
a
to
living.
it than that. You said something about comedy?
Okay. Title, comedy is good, but really? I would not begrudge anyone for making a living in Hollywood. Women need to bone up with smart humor.
Wait,
Exclamation
is
mark.
this person saying that they shouldn't be writing comedies?
No, they need to bone up!
Bone up on what?
I don't know what
Read
that
it again,
even...
please.
Okay. I would not begrudge anyone from making a living in Hollywood, period. Women need to bone up with smart humor! Exclamation mark.
All right, one more time.
Fuck you.
What does it mean? Can you explain it, please?
Why do you think listening to it more times than we've already have would unlock some sort of secret answer?
Look, I think it maybe
Okay,
I just...
so they're saying they would not begrudge anyone for making a living in Hollywood. So I think they're saying that this show is anti-people making a living in Hollywood, even though this is the music industry.
Can you read it one more time, please?
Women need to bone up with smart humor. What does bone up mean?
Bone up, it usually means like you need to like step
work-
up your game, or you need to like research.
It's like work at it, like improve, like do
Yeah, I don't
better.
know what that means.
Okay, but the title says the comedy is good.
Yeah, that's the thing that gets me is like I would understand it if it didn't say that the comedy was good, but then they just go on to like do some criticism of it that doesn't follow.
I think this person doesn't like the fact that the show is punching up, even though these people are at the bottom of society.
Yeah, no, yeah. I think you think they would have liked it more if the people themselves, if the main characters themselves were more of the punchline.
I don't know. I'm upset right now, and I'm gonna be like reading this to myself with different inflections throughout the day.
Oh, also 3 out of 14 people found this helpful.
Okay,
Yeah.
who would find that helpful?
People who think women need to bone up on smart humor.
No, with smart humor.
Okay, well, with is even weirder because
Swanson just pauses to
I
think.
I don't know. You've given me a lot to think about here, Stairmaster.
Nothing good to think about, but a lot to think about.
Yeah, there's nothing good that I'm thinking about currently. It's all negative. It's all bad. But I am thinking about it.
That's all I could ever ask for. Thank you, Swanson.
Yeah. And, hey, listen. We've hopefully given you a lot to think about later in the pod when we talk about Girls5eva and give our official TV Tuners consensus.
Ooh.
But for now, let's get to the news, huh?
Yeah, I'm ready.
All right. Do you guys like Batman?
I mean,
A little bit.
most of the time he's all right?
Yeah, he's pretty cool. He's a pretty cool guy. Remember when he was in that animated series?
Which one?
Yeah.
Batman, the animated series.
Oh, was that the first one?
I don't know if it was the...
Oh, I guess,
Yeah.
no, it wasn't. That was like an older one. But was it about Batman?
Technically. I think the older ones were film series. Actually, I think that it was the first Batman cartoon.
It was definitely the first Batman cartoon to be on TV, on actual television, and
Yeah,
not just
I would say
run
that,
after films.
I hope this isn't controversial, but I think that was a pretty good series.
Yeah, I think it was pretty good. That Joker is, dare I say, iconic. Well, Warner Brothers and Cartoon Network are teaming up once again for a new Batman from one of the people behind Batman the Animated Series.
Oh.
Along with, of
Paul
course,
Dini.
J.J. Abrams.
Oh.
So you get some good, you get some bad mixed in there. Another person involved in this, by the way, there's 3 names attached. It's Bruce Timm, who helped with the Batman the Animated Series. J.J. Abrams, who ruined both Star Trek and Star Wars. And Matt Reeves, who is the director of the upcoming The Batman.
The Batman?
Yeah, the new, Robert Pattinson's here, but he's not a vampire anymore. He's a Batman.
Interesting.
Aren't vampires Batman?
No.
No. Well, yes, but
No.
they're not Batman. I mean, they are men who turn into bats. I guess not all vampires are men, though. Sexism. Stairmaster.
Sorry.
Some of them are bat women. Bat girls, even.
True.
Perhaps bat boys.
You gone too far with that one.
Anyway, this new series is going to be titled Batman: The Caped Crusader, and it's going to be harkening back to the early years of the Batman.
What?
You
You mean like the character, like year one?
Yeah, when he was starting out.
That's always a fun point in time for a character.
I mean,
As opposed to the end when he's old and bitter.
Yeah. I mean, it's well-trod territory for Batman, but the pedigree of the people involved make it seem like it might be, I don't know, fun. Could be interesting, I guess. The Warner Brothers press release had this to say. Nearly 30 years since the animated series premiered, Tim once again takes on the mantle of the Bat alongside 2 of the most acclaimed filmmakers in the industry, J.J. Abrams and Matt Reeves. Utilizing state-of-the-art animation techniques and technologies available, this powerful creative partnership will once again reinvent Batman and his iconic rogues gallery, with sophisticated storytelling, nuanced characters, and intense action sequences.
Wow,
But
what a pitch.
What? So basically they're saying it'll be good.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
We just have to
They're not
believe
giving us
them.
any information here.
They said, it'll be good, trust me, believe me, listen to me. Superman, on the other hand, seems to be going for some lighter entertainment. He's also getting his own animated show titled My Adventures with Superman, which is going to feature the adventures of Lois, Clark, and their trusty companion,
Jerry Seinfeld.
That's right, Jerry Seinfeld, aka Jimmy Olsen.
Do you remember those little shorts that Jerry Seinfeld did where he hung out with an animated Superman?
Wasn't that? I thought. Were those commercials? I thought for like a credit card.
I think that, yeah, they had product placement.
Fun fact, Kyorain, every episode of Seinfeld has a little Superman on Jerry's fridge.
I think they were like those Clive Owen car commercials. They were like short films.
Yeah, and he would be like hanging out with Superman. He'd be like, "Whoa, it's Superman! You're in my car!" And they'd get coffee.
All I remember is that they went to a musical that was all, "Oh, yes, Wyoming."
I'm just picturing Superman adamantly saying that Jerry Seinfeld must be stopped.
Well, I don't know. Was he on the flight logs there?
No.
Oh, okay.
But he did have a 15-year-old girlfriend.
Oh, yeah, that's probably what Superman meant.
Controversial.
Wait, at what age? No, what was his age?
Like 400.
Oh, no. Cops called.
I don't know how old.
So yeah, this new iteration of Superman is going to be helmed by a team of writers from such seminal shows as Invader Zim, She-Ra, The Princess of Power, Voltron, and Teen Titans Go.
Uh-oh.
Oh, you mean that's the only show Cartoon Network shows nowadays?
Yeah.
They still doing that, like, to this day?
I think I've talked about this on the pod before. All of those like Viacom-owned networks just find one show and they air them for like 20 hours a day. It's the same with Comedy Central. If you turn on Comedy Central, in between reruns of The Daily Show, they'll just put on South Park constantly. Like, it's just constant South Park.
Let's see. It looks like they're still doing mostly Teen Titans Go and Gumball, but now they got a new show called Craig of the Creek, and they're showing that a lot. Oh. And that's it.
Does he live in a van down by the creek?
It looks like he's like at summer camp or something. I don't know.
Okay, I do have something that might pique your interest on this Superman show, fellas. Superman himself.
Ooh.
He's going to be voiced by Jack Quaid, Huey from The Boys.
Oh, our friend, my friend,
Little Huey. He's going to be voicing Superman.
That's an interesting pick.
Yeah, I mean, I guess he could do the voice probably. I don't know. He doesn't seem like a Superman type. Like, if you told me he was playing Jimmy Olsen, I would believe that.
Or what if he, like, does voice acting to make his voice sound like someone else that he's not?
Can he do that?
That would be impressive.
That? I don't know.
Yeah, like...
Why else would they cast him? Because he doesn't sound like Superman.
Oh, jeez, I'm Superman.
Oh, I don't know about this one, guys.
Oh, my sinuses!
He's a slightly less nasally Morty. He's just like I don't know, guys. And then he's like, "Hey, Huey, you fucking cunt. Let's get to work." And that's, I guess, Jimmy Olsen. What a role reversal. Oi, Superman, we got work to do.
Can you imagine Superman getting bullied into, like, going on, like, crime adventures?
Superman, we're gonna fucking kill Brainiac. I'm gonna shove this explosive straight up his ass.
Oh, jeez. Am I gonna have to use my super strength to help you?
Of course you are. It's the only way we'll win.
And he would do it.
I would watch that. Let's see what Warner Bros. Decides to hype us up on with this show. In this serialized coming-of-age story, we follow Clark as he builds his secret Superman identity and embraces his role as the hero of Metropolis. Okay, so that makes more sense for why Jack Quaid is voicing him.
He's a lad, Superman?
I don't like Super Lad. I think he should be a big boy.
Lois, now growing into a star investigative journalist, takes aspiring photographer Jimmy Olsen under her wing. All the while, Clark and Lois are falling in love, sharing adventures, taking down bad guys, and stumbling over secrets, discovering what it means to be Superman and Lois Lane. Feels like Jimmy got a little bit of the shaft there, since he's discovering to be Jimmy Olsen, friend of Superman.
That's a pretty big deal. I'd be pretty proud of that if I was Superman's friend. I'd be bragging about it all day.
I think we're like moving to a post Jimmy Olsen world. Ever since BVS opened with Jimmy Olsen getting shot in the face by African warlords.
Yeah, I feel like that's a mistake. I mean, Jimmy Olsen's like a fun character.
Well, Jimmy shouldn't have been part of the Imperial War Machine.
He had like his own comic book where he got into weird antics, and Superman was like tangentially involved.
Yeah. Or sometimes he would marry him off to a horse.
Yeah. And then he would have to figure out
Robin to the death.
Have to figure out how that would work. Anyway, it remains to be seen how these shows will stack up, but considering how nostalgia works, probably not well.
Bad.
Speaking of the ravages of time and nostalgia, Arnold Schwarzenegger's coming back.
Oh, is he alive?
He told us.
Hey, he warned us, even. When he said those classic lines, "Hasta la vista, baby."
Yeah, yeah, Swanson, good job, buddy.
When he uttered his classic line, "You're fired."
It's true, yeah.
You guys are both getting biscuits tonight.
Netflix is gearing up for a show, a father-daughter CIA spy show starring the 73...
Ooh, speaking of you're fired, sounds like True Lies.
Thanks for... Yeah. Father-daughter CIA show that's going to set up the 73-year-old former governor with a daughter for him to hang out with and get into the antics with. And yes, Stairmaster, it does sound like a sequel to True Lies, which also almost became a TV show.
Yeah. Yeah, I don't think Arnie should be doing this. 73.
73-year-old.
Hey, listen, if Sylvester Stallone could do whatever that last Rambo movie was...
that was universally appalled.
Yeah, so why not let him do one last universally appalled thing?
He's practically bone dust at this point.
Yeah. What he needs to be doing is sitting on his farm, smoking a stogie, and just hanging out with his horses.
Smoking a J.
He needs to be at his vineyard looking at pieces of data.
Yeah, and then Geordie LaForge comes by.
Also, he's a Republican. He doesn't smoke a J and tell you about it. He does it in private.
He does. He used to tell people all the time about it.
It's like I'm getting high. I'm just constantly getting high. I'm smoking. I'm just constantly smoking. Every time. Something like that.
Yeah.
Anyway, according to Skydance Television, the people producing the project, this is what we can look forward to. When a father and daughter learn that they've each secretly been working as CIA operatives for years, they realize their entire relationship has been a lie, and they truly don't know one another at all. Forced to team up as partners, our series tackles universal family dynamics set against a global backdrop of spies, fantastic action, and humor.
So he's 73 years old, and... Hold on. So he's playing a... Hold on. How old is the daughter character?
I imagine she's probably...
50?
Yeah.
I imagine she's probably like mid-30s.
I mean, I guess.
So Arnie's character would have had her when he was in her 40s.
Well, you're assuming that Arnold
40s.
Schwarzenegger is going to play an actual 70-year-old and not like someone in their early 60s.
Yeah, I could see it.
Anyway, yeah, this father-daughter CIA stuff does sound like a sequel to True Lies, or like the show Alias. But anyway, Arnold Schwarzenegger could probably pull this off, I guess. We'll see. It's Netflix, though, so he'll have like 2 whole action scenes, so he can do that.
I don't know. He did have to get a triple bypass on his heart.
Yeah, he could do 1 hallway fight.
Half a hallway fight.
Yeah, probably half. I feel like it's going to be mostly the daughter doing the heavy lifting on this, what is currently referred to as Untitled Arnold Schwarzenegger project.
I don't know. It doesn't sound like she's doing heavy lifting at all in the title.
Well, I feel like it's going to be a lot of Arnold is there, but she's doing the actual fighting. She's apparently an actress who's starring in the upcoming Top Gun sequel, Maverick.
How is that?
What's Top Gun?
Top Gun's a movie about the guy in the plane
What?
who may or may not be gay.
Yeah, and who may or may not love volleyball.
So,
Oh, you
wait,
definitely
they got
loves volleyball.
an airplane in this?
There's
Yeah.
planes, and
No, not in this.
not in this, but there's planes in Top Gun, and a lot of homoeroticism that may or may not
And
be intentional.
And the plane, when it goes really fast, the wings go back so it can move better.
Also, there's like a highway, and it leads to the danger zone.
Oh, that's insane. How could they do this?
That's what the music's...
If I was making a highway, I wouldn't put it in that direction, to be honest with you.
Well, that's just because that's the sort of mindset you have. That's not the sort of mindset a Maverick has. You know, Maverick's like John McCain. He loved Top Gun.
Oh,
Favorite
also,
movie of all time.
Doesn't Tom Cruise follow a woman into the bathroom in that movie?
Yeah, just like John McCain.
Oh, okay.
I don't remember if he does that or not.
Who was the Top Gun here?
Me.
I think Swanson's Top Gun, and I'm Goose.
Good.
Yeah.
Now it is time for beach volleyball.
Oh man, look at us all sweaty and oily. Great times. Anyway, yeah, so we can look forward to Untitled Arnold Schwarzenegger Project coming soon to Netflix near you, which is, I guess, your television. Anyway, we're getting close to the main event, but first, I believe we have a dilemma that needs solved.
Oh, we do?
We've been talking a lot on the pod in the recent months about a series known as Gundam.
Yes.
Mobile suit, Gundam.
I may
right.
have broken your brains. I'm sorry.
Yeah, listen, it was either going to be The Sopranos or Gundam, and it turns out Kyo picked the show that technically is sadder, but also it's depending on the series.
It's got more robots than
But
Sopranos, so it's less sad at the end of the day.
but similar amounts of mommy issues.
True.
Yeah, of course.
So I have with me here a list of the Gundam series.
Yeah?
Okay, what do you have that for?
Well, Kyo, you need to find the new Gundam series to watch, right?
Yeah, I mean, I'm waiting on you guys. Well, not you guys. I'm waiting on the podcast to catch up to me so we can watch Mr. Char's Counterattack.
Yes.
Is that what it's called?
Mr. Char's Counterattack.
Well, in the meantime, of course, Stairmaster is our resident Gundam expert. So we're going to go through them. You tell us what you thought of, what you think, if in terms of if they should be the next one that Kyo watches.
Okay.
These are only TV series and OVAs. I'm not dealing with movies right now.
Wow.
Obviously, we start out here. We got Mobile Suit Gundam.
I don't think you should watch that. You already saw it.
Yeah, not
Yeah, I've already watched it, so
true.
I might rewatch it. You know, I want to see Amuro be like, "What? What's going on?"
Maybe you should watch the third movie, since that covers like the best part of the series.
That's true.
With
Okay.
some
Do they,
touched-up animation.
Do they keep the rocket launcher?
Which rocket launcher? Yes, they keep that.
The laser bazooka.
How could you
Yeah.
get rid of that?
True. It would be a fool's errand. Of course, there's Zeta Gundam, which I'm watching.
Yeah, no, that show sucks. Don't watch it.
Oh, brutal. There's Double Z.
Oh,
Yeah, should I watch that stare again?
yes.
Yeah, just go right back to it.
Well, just watch the first 13 episodes so you can laugh and have fun and reminisce about
Yeah,
your
just-
own youth.
Feel the joy of Zeta Gundam once again. Just
Yeah, I'll do-
things were all carefree, just with your ragamuffin friends piloting some mechs. Just have a good old time.
Yeah, outside your high school, fighting the junkyard dealer.
Yeah, who's really fat so you can't punch him.
Oh, he's got like a kingpin sort of deal going on.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Ooh. We've got 0080 War in the Pocket.
Yeah, you should watch that. It's very short. I don't like the fight choreography, but choreography.
I should watch it because it's short or because it's good?
It's good, I guess.
Okay, maybe I'll watch it.
It's the 6 episodes.
Like a half hour or hour?
Half hour. Unicorn.
Oh, yeah, that's pretty short.
Yeah, Unicorn Gundam's the only one that does hour-long episodes.
Yeah, I saw that. I was like, interesting. Something to think about.
Anyway, back to not watching it.
It's on Netflix?
There's 0083, Stardust Memory.
No, everyone in that show's an asshole.
Oh.
And it's, like, very poorly conceived. It's supposed to be like Top Gun, but they don't establish their protagonist as being an ace pilot.
Is there any volleyball?
No.
Oh, so it's not.
There is a lot of sexual harassment by the rival character. And by rival, I mean guy who's also a Federation pilot, but is very bitter about not getting the pilot the Gundam.
Oh, what a jerk. Screw that guy.
He's constantly groping women.
Uh-oh.
Oh, no. Cops called.
Mobile Suit Victory Gundam.
I've never seen that one, but I have watched the clip where a bunch of women in bikinis try to destroy the Victory Gundam with bazookas, and they all die horribly.
Does it work?
No. They all die.
Oh, that sounds cringe.
And also Haro is the co-pilot of the Victory Gundam.
That sounds cool.
Yeah.
So that balances out.
Yes.
Okay, so it sounds like a potential recommendation. But
I also saw a clip where they were having a huge space battle, and all the old people were like, "Well, we're of no use anymore. It's time for us to die." And like inspirational J-rock music was playing while they sacrificed themselves, but it was still kind of sad.
That's interesting.
And that was a stand-in for how the director felt about himself.
It's also important to note that this is apparently like almost 100 years into the future from the original Gundam series.
It's like 60. It's like a UC 140-ish. Well,
yeah, almost 100.
Yes.
Almost halfway. So then you got Mobile Suit G Gundam, of course. One Mobile Fighter G Gundam.
I think. Kia, have you not seen that?
Reality.
I've seen it, but I saw it with my child brain.
No.
Which, all I can remember is Shining Finger.
Well, there's a lot of that. In fact, there's one every episode.
That's literally all I can remember. I think there was also a lady.
There is a lady.
Pretty sure there was a lady in that one.
And I think that's also Kyoji.
I don't remember that at all.
There's a lady, and I think the lady at least fares better than most Gundam ladies.
Yeah.
Oh, that's one thing I wanted to say about Double Zeta. Is it does a lot better with the lady department in that one.
Yes, but it also does a lot worse somehow at the same time.
With all the adult women, yeah. It does better, but with the other ones, no. Not really.
And then there's Gundam Wing, of course.
Yes.
The greatest of all time. Unless you want your shows to make sense.
Yeah, is that what you want, Kyo?
Or do you want a cast of boy band Gundam pilots who want to all kill themselves?
Ooh, I think I want that.
Alright, well, I mean, that does sound like a huge recommendation, so... there's also 08th MS Team.
Yeah.
What's that? Is there a Gundam?
Yeah. There's a Gundam that's really ham-fisted. It's basically like they put a Gundam head on a gym.
Interesting.
It's set during the first Gundam, but like in a side theater. And they're supposed to be grunts, but again, their suits all have Gundam heads. It looks nice.
It's confusing?
It looks nice, I guess.
Okay. That's it? Looks nice?
Yes.
So I can put it on the background with the sound on?
Yeah.
Yeah. You just sort of keep it playing. We got After War Gundam X.
Oh, I haven't finished that, but...
Yeah.
I haven't finished that, but I'm like at 2/3 of the way through, and it's a delight. It's like the perfect era of anime for me, like 1996, so it's... Like right when it's like got that Pokemon energy of them just traveling around and getting into bullshit.
Yeah, why haven't you finished it?
I'm lazy.
Too lazy to watch something?
Also, I've been watching other stuff instead.
Also, according to the wiki,
including IBO.
It's shorter than most main Gundam series at 39 episodes.
Yeah, because it got canceled.
Oh.
Oh, that's sad.
Yeah. Turns out people did not want wacky, did not want semi-lighthearted robot shows after Evangelion.
Well, maybe maybe Turn a Gundam will scratch that itch then.
Oh, if you loved Zeta, you'll probably love Turn a Gundam.
Okay. Yeah, I was pretty into Zeta.
It's also
that was...
It's a lot more lighthearted than most Gundams. It's like Tomino wanted to do a Studio Ghibli film. It's also by far one of the most pretty-looking Gundams.
It's interesting, something to think about.
So then we get to ones that I know Stair's not going to recommend. We've got Mobile Suit Gundam Seed.
No, fuck that show. I watched the first compilation movie. It looked like garbage.
And then we've got...
Now, what exactly is Gundam Seed?
It's like Gundam, but slightly worse.
Slightly or significantly?
Significantly.
Yeah, it's
like, what's so bad
it's an
about
alt-reality one, right?
Yeah, but it's basically Universal Century again.
Oh.
Except this time, the Zeon guys are genetically engineered space people who want revenge.
So are the characters all annoying or something?
I don't like any of them.
Stair said, fuck them.
Hope they all die.
Then we got Gundam Seed Destiny.
Oh, that almost killed the franchise. It was legendarily bad.
Yeah, I've
like,
heard
fun
that
fact,
one's
Code
pretty bad.
Geass was going to be a Gundam series, but Seed Destiny kind of just took the wind out of their sails.
Oh. See, but I don't think Code Geass works as a Gundam series.
But it's literally about what if Char was the protagonist.
Yeah, I
like
guess
Leia
that's fair.
has the same background.
We're almost...
Yeah, there are some similarities there, aren't
yes.
there?
Yeah. We're almost through it here. We've got Mobile Suit Gundam 00.
I've never seen that. I watched the opening scene, though. That looked kind of cool. And also, that's plenty of waifus, so I know Kyo will like that.
Oh, yeah, I would like that. Waifus? Sign me up.
And I'm
going to watch that.
But I hear the second season sucks.
Oh, never mind. Not going to watch it.
We've got Mobile Suit Gundam Unicorn back in the UC in this one.
That's like a reboot of... That's like the soft relaunch of Universal Century. It's okay.
Also, from what I understand, you should probably not watch that before you watch Char's Counterattack.
No, it's because it takes place after Char's Counterattack.
Yeah.
And features...
So should I watch it after Char's Counterattack or what?
I guess, yeah. It's not that bad, but I don't really like the protagonist. He's kind of boring and drags the thing down. There's a lot of good stuff around him.
He's like, oh, I'm a sleepy boy. I'm just going to put my pillow down.
He's like
that?
I disagree.
I don't like this. I don't want this. I'm going home.
All right, now we're getting into some
that?
weird ones here. We've got Mobile Suit Gundam Age.
I heard that one's like really bad.
Okay. We've got Gundam Build Fighters, which is like a completely different genre.
Yeah, they're building model kits and making them fight. And
Okay, so it's
sports anime.
It's a commercial?
Yes. Well, they're all commercials, Kyo.
Well, I mean, like a very clear commercial that's like 1-to-1. I mean, because like, okay, look, Zeta Gundam, you can call it a commercial because it's got like 50 million robots, but every time one shows up, you're not like, oh, that's cool. You're like, oh no, they got another one?
Oh no, these people are in danger.
There's more?
Yeah.
Yeah, I have no idea how realistic the model building is. For all I know, it might be like holograms and shit. Well,
You haven't watched,
I know
in other
there is a
words.
digital realm where the model kits fight. A simulated reality, if you will.
Well, that sounds like fun. Are there any waifus?
Yes. There's a blue-haired mommy.
Okay. Do they build any waifus in this?
No.
I don't know.
I mean, they do build the Nightingale, which has dummy thick thighs.
Okay, I'm interested.
All right, so this is another one that it seems weird to me because I don't know a whole lot about it, but the art style throws me off. Gundam Reconguista in G.
Reconquista.
Reconquista.
Yeah, it's a made-up word. I heard that one's very convoluted, but I also heard that they recently started releasing compilation movies that make the plot sensical, and those, in fact, are pretty good. Yeah, that's also
Interesting.
like another Tomino directed show. He came out of retirement once more. It was very controversial, though.
Interesting.
Because the plot's so convoluted.
Controversial?
Yeah, the plot's so convoluted, and it was aired at late night compared to other Gundam shows.
Mobile Suit Gundam: The Origin.
Garbage. Tune out.
Human trash.
Oh, yeah. I watched that and I enjoyed it, but I think it's really bad.
Yes. 6 out of 10, very good.
Is that actually true, Kieran?
6 out of 10, excellent.
Mobile Suit Gundam: Iron-Blooded Orphans.
Yeah, it's pretty good. I'm on the second season now. I'm not sure if that's going to hold up, though. My dad didn't like it. We got through 13 episodes and he asked me, when are they going to get to the plot?
Dang. So you like the other ones?
That's not...
We watched Charge Counterattack. He liked that.
Well, yeah, that one gets to the plot, apparently.
Yes.
Is your dad a good litmus test for things being good?
No. And that's why we'll never have him on this podcast.
Yes, that's the only reason. Mobile Suit Gundam Thunderbolt.
Oh, that's an original net animation. You should just watch the movies December Sky and Bandit Flower, or read the manga.
Okay.
But not touch. Yeah.
You think I'm reading a manga, Stare?
No.
So I shouldn't bring up Twilight Axis then?
I don't know what that is.
I don't know. That's what comes right after Mobile Suit Gundam Thunderbolt, is Mobile Suit Gundam Twilight Axis.
That sounds good. The title sounds cool. I'm going to watch that. Thanks, guys.
Don't watch that, Kyo. It's set immediately after Char's Counterattack.
Oh.
Yeah.
Other than that, that's...
So it's after Charge Counterattack, but before Unicorn.
No, it's after. I think it's after Unicorn.
Oh.
Or it might be the same time. It might be the same time.
Other than that, the rest just seems to be a bunch of Gundam build heroes and like potential movies.
Yeah, you should watch Endless Waltz.
Before you watch Gundam Wing.
Yeah, maybe don't do that.
And I'm going to watch After War Gundam X. Thanks, guys.
All right,
sure.
Have fun.
I mean, those all sound like sounds like one of the suggestions at the very least. Anyway, hopefully this segment was helpful, Kyorain.
It was. Is this making it onto the pod?
Of course. Why would we have wasted all this time if we didn't put it on the pod?
Okay, just checking.
That segment was actually strictly for the listeners who really like our Gundam discussions, which is like at least one, maybe more. But as far as I know, just one.
I think it's Puff Pfeiffer.
Yeah, it's just one person as far as I'm aware. But maybe other people like our Gundam discussions.
No?
All right. Well, now we've got that all out of the way. Let's get to our main event, huh? Girls5eva is a 1990s girl group that only managed to score one hit that gets an unexpected chance at a comeback when their song gets sampled by an up-and-coming rapper. Did Girls5eva leave you, 5eva feeling optimistic, or did it leave you, broke and owning a pizza place, I guess?
Is that terrible to own a pizza place?
Yeah,
Well, it seems like a terrible...
Lowest place in society is making pizzas.
Yeah, it's true.
Oh.
It seems like a terrible pizza place, given what little we see of it.
I don't think we see a single pizza.
We don't see a single pizza. They probably don't even make pizzas.
It's probably
Yeah.
just a mob front.
Well, the guy did say he has 5 to 6 businesses and then changed it to 8 or 9 businesses. So, you might be right. Might be onto something there.
Imagine a mob front that doesn't even try to hide it. It's just like Joe's Pizza, and
It's just Soprano's Pizza.
There's just a flower shop van out front on the other side of the street.
Yeah.
it's like a Sopranos Pizza and laundromat.
It's just called the DeMeo Crime Pizza. Anyway, yeah. Girls5eva is a new series. Tina Fey is one of the executive producers. Her sort of comedy style is all over this. Let's get into it, I guess. We got the pilot episode here. We open up with the seminal rapper who's going to give these ladies their comeback. His name's Lil Stanky.
Yeah, something like that. Lil Stinker, something like that.
Oh yeah, I think it's Lil. I think no, Keel was right. It's Lil Stinker, and he says that his song is stanky if it's good. And he starts doing intro noises for a song, and it's all birds. Very, very fun gag. And he names the birds too, so he knows his stuff.
I'm imagining like a place that has like the closed sign painted on the front of it.
It reminds me of Marlowe and his pigeons.
In a way, although he seems to have a better fate overall.
As far as we know, we only saw 2 episodes.
That's true. So yeah, he samples this in his new song, and it goes viral. And we get introduced to who is referred to as, I guess, the chill one of the titular late 90s, early 2000s group, Girls5eva, which was a 5-girl band. I believe the song that gets sampled, they say that it's 5eva because forever is not long enough. I also like the joke here that I guess it's a little far ahead, but it happens midway through. That it is called Girls5eva, but for the reunion, there's only 4 of them. One of them did die in a tragic infinity pool accident.
Which they don't hesitate to reference multiple times.
Yeah.
Yeah, I feel like they valued that joke way more than its actual comedic worth.
Yeah, I mean, it is funny to hear once. So yeah, they part of the appeal of the Tina Fey comedy style is that the jokes come at you so quick that eventually something will land. That happens frequently for me on these couple episodes. There's a bit here where we get introduced to her running this restaurant. Her brother, I think, is who this guy is, who's coming in telling her that the shop opened up late and that he had to walk down here and he can't work.
Yeah, I completely forgot that guy existed until you said so.
I mean, he has a great line here where he says that they need a new cooler, they need a new ice chest because the lambs keep coming back to life. And yeah, so basically this thing sort of blows up for them. She goes and visits their old shitty manager, and he's like, "Hey, you that new song is pretty popular." And he's like, "But
also, I took a seminar that told me not to grope people." Yeah,
essentially. And he's like, "Well, anyway, here's your checks for that sampling. It's like $300 because the industry's bad. All right, bye." And so she, it's a little bit of obvious pilot setup here, but they expire in 2 days, so she has to go give them to her other bandmates. So we get a little. Here they are now. The hot one, as it were, is like living in a pretty sizable house, but her husband is like non-existent, doesn't live with her.
He ceased to exist.
Yeah, I mean, as far as we know, he might not actually be alive. He does the news in Tampa, Florida, but insists that she live in New Jersey. Which is its own personal hell, I suppose.
Also, her daughter's like a big-time Instagram influencer.
Yeah.
Who's just a complete sociopath. Psychologically destroyed by the modern digital age.
Then we got the self-proclaimed working one. She's a dentist. Her name is Gloria.
Oh.
I love the gag here, which is that it's clearly a different actress from when they were young to now, just to show, I guess, the ravages of time on one of them.
She's also the youngest, but she looks really old.
Yes.
And also the gayest.
Yeah.
Which is what I didn't like, that the one lesbian became old and frumpy.
I guess that's true. I did think it was.
I feel like that does.
I did think they did one of the funniest ways to immediately establish someone was gay before actively acknowledging it, which is that they showed her young self just being like, "Yeah, I love guys, all flat," and then I guess there's a tube at the end. Yeah, she's a tooth doctor. They make note of that many times. The last one, and the one who is the last one to appear, is Wiki, who is what we call. She seems to be still very in charge of her life, still very good. Everything's all together, but hey, it turns out no, that's not true. That seemed like pretty obvious from the moment it happened, I think. But I mean, I don't know about you guys, but I picked up on it pretty quick that she was not going to be she wasn't going to actually be rich and famous, because how would the show work? Seemed like she would have no reason to want to do this band.
Yeah, I didn't know where they were going with it. I didn't piece together that it was a fake, though.
I didn't get the show didn't get its hooks in me until the second episode.
Yeah, the pilot is the weaker of the two that we watched, although I still enjoyed a good bit of it. It's just that it does have to do the pilot setup. Jimmy Fallon is also here, so that doesn't always work out great for me. Jimmy Fallon is here clearly being recorded on like a completely different day than everyone else.
Yeah, they just
like Larry King in the next episode.
They green screened him in. Well, Larry King they had to, because rest in peace.
They also did it in this episode with Regis Philbin.
Oh my god! Well, yeah, I guess a lot of people did die who were alive in the 90s.
Yeah. Yeah, they clearly used old footage of both Regis and Larry King at one point, which is both. I guess it's funny, but it's also very disturbing how we can just put old people in shows now and have them interact with clearly different people than they were originally interacting with. Yeah, so they go on. They're going to go on Fallon to play with Little Stinker, and they do the show. Things go great. And they decide, hey, we're riding high on the feelings of all of this. Let's go and try and ask Little Stinker. Little Stinker thinks our song was stanky. Let's go and ask Little Stinker if we can do a world tour with him. And Little Stinker, in the politest way he can, I guess, turns them down. I like this bit here where he seems to have an existential...
No, he's very flowery.
I mean, he was being polite to them before, and then they insisted... And so he had to reveal to them that their presence gives him an existential crisis.
The transience of all things.
Yes. I'm a sucker for... I've seen a couple jokes like this before, but I'm a sucker for where the stereotypical rapper character gets either very deep or has like a epiphany about the rap business. There was a joke in a show once where a rapper starts rapping on like a track with a lady about like a woman getting ready, and then he realizes how how all the stuff that has to go into a woman just getting ready for a day, and he gets like disgusted and decides to take down the patriarchy, and like leaves to go apologize to all of the bitches in his life.
Yeah, that's always fun.
Anyway, so yeah, they decide, that it's all over because, the Little Stanky don't want none of that, Little Stinker. And eventually it comes down to, it's revealed Wiki has, like, no actual money. She's just keeping up appearances. She's
a duck murderer.
Yeah. Yes. I love there's a bit here where it's revealed that a scene from earlier of what seemed to be her boarding a private jet was her at her job pretending to board a private jet. She's a goose. She gets paid by the goose by the number of goose that she kills at the airport.
Yeah, I don't think most airports actually kill the geese. Like, our friend Connie had that job, or applied for it. I don't know if they actually got it. Do you remember?
They did. They just sort of ran the geese away.
Yeah. I think they got to drive, like, the airplane.
Airport
mobile.
They actually got the job? I thought it was just, like, a job they wanted.
I think maybe it was a job they wanted. I don't know. They'd have to come on and let us know. Or
as they described it, it was driving a golf cart towards them to scare them off, not shooting them with a gun.
Yeah, but shooting with a gun is much funnier. Especially because you get to say the line, "I get paid by the goose."
Yeah, fuck reality.
Well, I mean, yeah, Stairmaster, this is a show about fucking a group where one of the members died in an infinity pool accident. As they mention, again, in this actual last scene.
Now I'm picturing that, and it's funny for some reason.
I mean, it is funny. How did it happen? The idea that
Well, she fell.
I think if she was trying to dive into it.
They say she died. She was at the edge of an infinity pool. Is the part where they get specific with it. So I guess she was trying to dive in, or maybe she was trying to get out. I don't know.
Like it was just the flow was too strong, and she got pinned against it. That's really messed up.
Yeah, I guess is it funnier if she died getting out?
I don't know.
For some reason, I forgot how infinity pools worked and just thought it was like a waterfall. And just assumed she fell.
No. Isn't the infinity pools are the swirling pools, aren't they?
They're not swirling. It's like they have like a current that you can swim against, and it's like a small space that you can swim like.
No, I thought the point of the infinity pool was like, oh fuck it, who cares?
Yeah, we're thinking more about the joke than they probably did.
I think the wrong thing. Yeah, it's
like an optical illusion.
I was thinking the wrong thing. What was the thing that you could swim in and it was like it kept going?
Isn't it a lap pool?
No. There's like a pool that like it has an ongoing current and you could swim in it in a small space. But it's not.
I think Stairs right. I think that's called Splash Mountain.
It's not Splash Mountain.
Hydrocity Zone.
Oh yeah, you don't want to die in Hydrocity Zone.
Oh, I feel like that's the one place I would want to die.
Oh?
I don't know what...
I mean, I wouldn't want Knuckles, like, laughing over my bones.
It's called an endless pool, apparently. So, I'm not crazy, okay. I just got it mixed up.
Alright, Kyorain is not crazy this time.
Yeah, it's a trademark. It's like a little tiny pool.
It's a staircase to Bowser pool.
That's a stay tuned on Kyo being crazy.
It's a little tiny pool, like it's like a hot tub size that like pushes water at you and you swim in it.
All right,
or die.
Yeah,
I'm not
or
crazy.
You die.
Here's a picture.
In a nondescript way.
Here's a picture.
We believe you.
No, listen. Look at this picture. It's a ridiculous product.
Oh my
okay, so
God,
it would be actually
definitely gonna die.
Yeah, it would actually be worse to die in this.
See, I thought this is what they were talking about. Not the actual.
Now, why would people party in this?
Yeah, I think infinity pools are more like a party thing.
I thought it was a preposterous idea that somebody would party at this tiny object, which is what the joke was, but I was wrong.
But to be fair, endless is a synonym for infinite.
Yeah.
No, Stairmaster's right? Infinity pools are those ones that are sort of, they go to the edge of a property.
It's like you have the pool.
But that's an optical illusion.
It's next to a body of water, so it looks like the pool goes into the body of water, but it doesn't.
Or the sky.
Right.
Or the sky.
So the likely scenario is that she was trying to get out and she fell off and died.
Yeah.
All right. Well, glad we solved that. Glad we solved that joke. Anyway, speaking of jokes, do you think Thanos was searching for the infinity pools at any point?
I don't think Thanos has ever been in a body of water.
He was in the body of water in the movie. Like,
was he?
I think.
Yeah,
like,
I don't believe you.
It's like an ethereal body of mystical water that he got.
He was in an ethereal pool.
Yeah, and he was swimming around, having a good time. He had his.
Was he nude?
He had his trunks on.
Yeah, you got his trunks. Listen, you don't want to get nude in the pool, Stairmaster, especially with company. I guess he didn't have company, but no, he had his trunks on. He sort of woke up like Titus does in Final Fantasy X, the beginning of Final Fantasy X, and then he went and played Blitzball.
I feel like there are some similarities between Endgame and Final Fantasy X.
Listen to my story. I'm trying to listen to my story. It's the only way we can balance the world.
Believe me.
Iron Man is sort of like Jet.
Yeah. Before we get into the second episode, what were our thoughts on this pilot?
I thought it was really annoying.
Oh?
Get the rat.
Drag them.
Yeah, I thought all the characters in this were like consistently just kind of annoying, and the shotgun joke approach, it works that some of the jokes land, but like very few of them landed with me. The only thing that made me like amused in the first episode, I think, was the guy whose number of businesses kept changing.
Yes. Yeah, this pilot was not a good first impression, I would say.
It was all right. I mean, listen, I wanted to talk about this earlier, but I just remembered the show now. It was certainly better than Rutherford Falls.
Yeah, that's not saying anything.
Why would you say that?
Well, they're both Peacock shows.
Eat my ass. Next episode.
Rutherford Falls was a show, by the way, for those who might not know. We didn't watch. We didn't even do it on the show. That's how done with it we were. We all tried to give it a single episode, and I think only I watched all of the episode.
I think I made it through like part of the second episode.
Oh, all right, a true warrior. It was fine. It was fine. It was just aggressively
annoying.
It was aggressively annoying, and I blame Ed Helms for that. A person I do not tolerate comedy-wise.
A person Swanson thinks should be killed.
Well,
official opinion.
Maybe his career. And
this is an actionable threat.
No. And it's certainly, in terms of, we also watched the Saved by the Bell remake, which is also better than. In one humble TV tuner's opinion. Both Peacock shows, so I guess in Peacock terms, this is, I don't know. We'll have to see what we think about the second episode, but I've seen worse, for sure, from Peacock. So yeah, the second episode, now things are starting to really click, I guess. I did like this episode more than the first one. We get introduced to, there's like it's an older episode of MTV Cribs where we get, Wiki's house, filled with a shelf that she has for all the awards she'll get someday. She didn't get them. My favorite part of this little bit is that she says that she saw that Missy Elliott has a bed that's like a car, so she got a car that's a bed, and so it's just it's just a bed that she puts a.
No, it's got an engine because she puts the keys in.
No, that's what I mean. It's just like when you look at it, it's just a bed, and then she puts the keys into the side of it, and you hear it go. It was very funny to me.
I hope the bed comes back, but they never explain how it's supposed to be driven.
No, yeah, I hope it's just like a bed.
Just transport people around off screen.
Yeah. Like, I want a scene where, like, they're doing, like, a big, like, premiere event or something, and she rolls up in the bed and just, like, gives the keys to the valet.
That would get you a lot of attention, I think.
Yeah, probably. So, yeah, this episode, we learned that, Wiki has moved in with, I think her name is Dawn.
Oh, yeah.
And her husband. Her husband.
I can't tolerate this.
Her husband seems to have an ongoing gag where he's a cyclist. He's just really into cycling. Like, he's watching, like, competitive cycling.
Yeah, I don't have any patience for this sort of sociopathy in comedy. Like, first thing we see is Wiki just trying to sell all of their possessions.
Yeah. Yeah, it's not great. She also, the running gag here, which is a favorite of mine for this episode, is that she has a piano that is almost capable of intangibility. Or not intangibility. It's capable of invisibility. Because you can definitely run into it, as a bird does in its first appearance.
Very high quality CGI bird.
Yes. But also, yeah, there are numerous times where they can't seem to find out where the piano, if they think the piano's gone, and then they throw like a sheet over it and the piano's there. Their child has like no idea what is real and what isn't, and is like just feeling around to make sure he doesn't run into something. But my favorite gag involving the piano is that her husband has to move it with his cyclist friends, and he refers to his friend as having cycling arms. And the mover gives him like the little chart or like the little like clipboard with the thing on it, and it just drops. He's like, "What's this thing made of?" That was funny. Anyway, yeah. So that's a runner, I guess, throughout the episode. It's not really a story.
Was it funny, Swanson? Huh?
I thought it was funny. I like the idea of a person having no arm strength because all they do is bicycle.
Wait, didn't that Jason Momoa Super Bowl commercial already make that joke?
Who now? What now?
The one with Aquaman.
The joke wasn't that he was a cycler, though. It was just that he had little arms.
Yeah, and he was very weak as well, and couldn't lift even the most basic of items.
Did he ride a bicycle?
Yeah, I think the joke here is that the person does not work on their arms because they're busy bicycling, and that's their exercise.
Whatever.
Anyway, yeah. So. Their whole deal here is they're trying to figure out how they're going to make their big comeback moment, and they decide that they're going to go to the mall where they started, and
yeah, they had like a guerrilla show.
Yeah, where like their manager stole the mics and just told them to sing.
They took over like a mall Santa's like setup.
Yeah.
Very sad.
So they decide that their deal is they're going to go and perform there. And so there's some setup here where they're all getting ready. They got a limo that's the guy from the Five Businesses guy is there, and they're practicing, and he's giving them genuine critiques.
Oh my god, this was actually very funny.
where he's like,
oh, this was amusing at least.
No, I thought it was good. He's like, nah, my eyes are dry. It's not doing anything for me, alright? You guys gotta do better than that, okay? It's dry as a bone over here. And then they get to the mall, and it's completely destroyed. It's a Mad Max wasteland in the mall. All that is there is like a mall security guard who's ranting about the fragile mall economy. Mm-hmm. So they decide that despite the look of the mall itself, it's actually perfectly lit for them to do a sort of Instagram live performance. So they managed to do that, and it goes over pretty well, I guess. I don't know. Seems like it went over well. And yeah, it goes over well. It seems like they're making a comeback, and then I guess their thing got taken down for copyright infringement. I can't tell if that's a one-off joke or if that's leading to something.
Oh, yeah, I think that's going to be the next episode.
Yeah, because it seems pretty obvious that their manager had something to do with it, right?
Yeah, so they're going to have to kill him.
Yeah, as they should. Stair has said he has no tolerance for sociopathy. I don't think I have any tolerance for a creepy manager who may or may not be thoroughly rebuked.
Yeah, he's still like a full creep, but he just knows how to not show it as much.
Yeah, I guess that's accurate for Hollywood.
Yeah.
But yeah, so that's where the episode ends off, is they're getting copyright infringement here. I feel like things coalesce a little bit better in the second episode. The gags are funnier, but I'm not going to keep saying them because no one laughs at them. So, I did like the bit where the one lady bought a cameo from her own husband, so it seemed like she was talking to him. That was both hilarious. That was both hilarious and sad. It was a great moment. Anyway, yeah. It was fun. It was a fun episode. I feel like Kyo wasn't feeling this show at all, but we'll talk about it now, I guess.
Yes, we will. I've decided.
Yeah, I don't know. I was on a different wavelength from you on this one, I think.
Well, Kyo isn't a fan of the women, as we all know.
Well, that's true. He's the one who's always not picking the ladies' shows.
Yeah, I'm not
Notoriously.
picking the lady shows. And, when there's a show that half the humor is on women having no dignity anymore, I'm just like completely stone-faced watching it.
Well, but when they're desperate losers, so it makes you want to root for them, Kieran.
They're sort of like us.
Yeah. We're the Girls5eva of podcasting.
Yeah, we're all washed up from our glory days that didn't last very long.
That's right.
And we were abused by a misogynist talent whatever guy.
That's right. We prefer to call him Puff Pfeiffer.
Yes.
Yeah.
He did grab my chest one time.
Oh.
Did you like it?
Yes.
Oh. Yeah. So you didn't like the characters, right, Gio?
Yeah, that was my main gripe with this, is that I thought the characters were all kind of annoying.
Yeah, I could see that.
Yeah, I guess I could see that. I sort of tuned into their wavelength at a certain
lady
point.
was kind of annoying.
See,
she was a bit too pathetic.
I found the dentist lady to be actually the least annoying outside of, I guess, outside of the straight lady.
I don't know. They kept doing this joke where it's like, "Oh, she's gross." Isn't that funny, guys?
Yeah.
Yeah, I guess that's right. True. I mean, I did like her saying that when she had pit stains, I did like her saying that it all needed to be pit now. And then she started throwing water all over her shirt.
Yeah, your results may vary with the comedy of this show. My laugh count on the show was sadly a 1, and it was at a moment that it just caught me very off guard.
You mean the guy critiquing their singing in the limo did nothing for you? That was like the funniest scene in these 2 episodes for me.
That was amusing.
I thought it was it registered in my amusement gland in my brain, but it didn't make me laugh. You'll never guess what actually made me laugh.
So yeah, we should mention for the audience, we're all severely depressed and incapable of feeling meaningful joy.
Well, speak for yourself. I'm very joyful.
Not depressed at all. I can laugh really hard at something that's only arguably funny.
Yeah. Yeah, listen to every time Keith laughs in this podcast.
Okay. See? The only unarguably funny thing is TV tuners.
True.
It's true. Yeah. All right. What are we thinking about this episode, boys?
I would say tune in. You mean show?
Yeah, that's what I meant. Yeah, I'll give it a tune in. I enjoyed it for the most part. In terms of comedies, it's probably one of the better ones we've watched in recent times.
I think that the people listening, will get something out of it if they watch it.
Yeah. Plus, it's I think only 8 episodes in total, so that's like a real short time sink.
Yeah, it's thankfully half-hour episodes.
Yeah. So yeah, what are you gonna go with, Keo? I feel like I know, but go ahead and tell me.
What am I going with, Swanson? What do you think?
I'm thinking this is gonna be a tune out, Swanson. I think you're gonna go with a tune out.
Yeah, I'm going with a tune out on this one.
No good.
For me personally, I just I thought it was really annoying most of the way through.
All right. Well, Keo says nay, but that's still a tune in on Girls5eva. Looks like we're keeping that 100% fresh at Rotten Tomatoes.
It's 66%.
Yeah, that's still passing for Rotten Tomatoes, sadly.
Oh, okay. I guess.
All right. Well, with all that said and done, I guess that's another episode of TV Tuners in the books, boys.
Yeah, good night.
Yeah, hey, listen, we've got our bonus episodes still coming out. We're doing our Gilmore Girls miniseries. You can still hop on that, listen to us talk about all of the events going on in Stars Hollow. There's a coffee guy. He's giving out coffee. There's an obnoxious mom.
But not to us.
No, he doesn't give us coffee. But you could give us coffee, if that was what you wished. Perhaps there's like a episode of something you wanted us to watch, or a movie, or a topic of some sort that is of interest that you want to hear us discuss. Well,
don't pick something we already tuned out on.
Please don't subject us to more of something we didn't like. That'd be very rude of you.
Also, we might not do it.
You can go over to our Buy Me a Coffee page over at buymeacoffee.com/TVTuners. A single coffee gives you a single thing for us to discuss. So much is going on there. We're almost caught up with our bonus episodes somehow, magically. And by that point, we'll be all out of coffees. You don't want us to be thirsty, do you?
Yes.
Don't make us get thirsty. Go over to buymeacoffee.com/TVTuners. Get yourself a coffee. And you'll get a nice little bonus episode dedicated to you. And only you. No one else. But for now, that's about it for this week's episode of TV Tuners. So until next week, keep watching. Bye. It's over.
I found him.
Hey folks, it's time for the TV Tuners Fact of the Week. Did you know that Stairmaster has a jacuzzi that he's never once used?